All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back for another deep dive.
Glad to be here.
So today we are diving into something that I think a lot of people are familiar with and maybe have even tried.
Right.
It's gratitude practice.
Uh-huh.
And I have to admit, when I first, thought about this topic, I was like, okay, gratitude.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a little bit fluffy or a little bit
Yeah.
too.
A little woo-woo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
But then when I actually started looking at the research,
Right.
I was really blown away by how much science is out there that shows that practicing gratitude can actually have some pretty amazing benefits.
I think that's the thing that surprised me too.
Yeah.
You hear about gratitude and it sounds good in theory, but when you actually start digging into the research, it's like, wow, this is
Right.
really powerful stuff.
It is.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we're going to be looking at today.
Absolutely.
We're going to be using, we've got a couple of different sources today that we're going to be pulling from, and we're going to be taking a look at some of those benefits. We're going to talk about some practical techniques that you
Yeah.
can actually use to start incorporating gratitude into your life.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about why even just a few minutes a day
Right.
can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's the thing I love about gratitude practice is that it doesn't have to be this big, overwhelming thing.
Right.
You don't have to spend hours meditating or anything like that.
Right.
Just a few minutes each day can really have a significant impact.
Absolutely. So let's jump right in. One of the sources we're looking at today talks about how gratitude can really boost your mental health. It talks about how it can reduce anxiety,
Yeah.
increase happiness, and even lead to a more positive outlook on life.
Which is huge, right?
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want those things?
Exactly. And it makes sense when you think about it because when you're focusing on what you're grateful for,
Right.
you're not dwelling on the negative. So it's like you're shifting your attention away from those things that are causing you stress and anxiety.
Yeah, it's like you're actively choosing to focus on the good.
Exactly. And that can have a really powerful effect on your mental state.
Absolutely. And what's really interesting is that the benefits aren't just limited to mental health.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The source also talks about how gratitude can actually improve your physical health. It mentions things like lower blood pressure and improved sleep quality.
Right. And, there's actually a scientific explanation for this.
Oh, tell me more about that.
So basically, when you're feeling grateful, your body releases fewer stress hormones like cortisol.
Okay.
And cortisol is known to contribute to all sorts of health problems.
Wow.
From heart disease to weakened immunity. So by reducing your cortisol levels through gratitude, you could potentially be improving your overall physical health.
That's incredible. So it's not just about feeling good mentally.
Right.
It's about actually impacting your physical well-being.
Exactly. It's like gratitude is this mind-body connection.
Right.
Where what you're thinking and feeling can actually have a tangible effect on your physical body.
It's so fascinating. And you know what else I thought was really interesting in the source
What's that?
is how they talked about gratitude impacting relationships.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
When you think about it, showing appreciation for
Yeah.
the people in your life, it makes sense that it would strengthen those bonds.
Right. And it's not just about grand gestures or anything.
Yeah.
It's about those small, everyday moments of gratitude.
Yeah.
Like saying thank you to someone who held the door open for you or sending a quick text to a friend just to let them know you're thinking of them.
Exactly. And what's funny is that we often take those little things for granted,
Oh, for sure.
but when you actually stop and acknowledge them and express gratitude for them,
Yeah.
it can make a huge difference.
Yeah. It's like you're shining a light on those positive interactions. And that can really strengthen the connection between you and the other person.
Absolutely. So we've talked about all these amazing benefits of gratitude,
Yeah.
but now let's get practical.
Right. Let's talk about how to actually do it.
Exactly. So the source mentions a lot of different techniques. Some of them are super simple, like just taking a moment to appreciate a beautiful sunset
Yeah.
or savoring a delicious meal.
Right. Just being present in the moment and really appreciating the good things you're experiencing.
Exactly. But there are also some more structured practices like gratitude journaling and the 3 good things exercise.
Have you ever tried those?
I have. I've dabbled in gratitude journaling a bit.
What did you think?
You know, I'm going to be honest. At first, I was a little skeptical.
Yeah.
I was like, writing down things I'm grateful for, it just seemed a little bit too
Simplistic.
simplistic. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I decided to give it a shot. And I was actually really surprised by how powerful it was.
What was it about it that you found helpful?
I think it was just the act of actually taking that time to sit down and write down those things.
Right.
It forced me to really think about the good things in my life.
Yeah. It makes you more aware of them, doesn't it?
It totally does.
Yeah.
It's so easy to just go through life on autopilot and not really notice all the amazing things we have to be grateful for.
Right. You get so caught up in the hustle and bustle
Yeah.
that you forget to appreciate the simple things.
Exactly. And so
Yeah.
gratitude journaling just helped me to kind of slow down and really savor those things.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And, you mentioned the 3 good things exercise.
Yeah, that's another great one.
I've heard about that. Tell me more about it.
So basically, it's just what it sounds like.
Okay.
Every night before you go to bed,
Uh-huh.
you take a few minutes to think about 3 good things that happened that day.
Okay.
And again, it doesn't have to be anything major.
Right.
It could be something as simple as having a good conversation with a coworker
Mm.
or getting a parking spot right in front of the store.
Yeah.
The point is to just focus on those positive moments and end your day on a good note.
I love that idea. I think I might have to try that tonight.
I highly recommend it. It's such a simple practice,
Yeah.
but it can really make a difference in how you feel.
So for our listeners out there,
Yeah.
if you're thinking about trying gratitude practice,
Yeah.
what's one small thing you could do today?
Right. Like, what's one tiny act of gratitude that you could incorporate into your day?
Exactly. Could you send a thank you note to someone?
Mm-hmm.
Or just really take the time to enjoy your next meal?
Yeah, or maybe just pause for a moment and appreciate the beauty of nature around you.
I love that those are all great ideas.
Yeah. And the thing is, it doesn't have to be complicated. The most important thing is just to start making gratitude a conscious part of your life.
Absolutely. And when you do that, it really can make a difference.
Yeah, it's like you're training your brain to focus on the positive, and over time, that can lead to a more joyful and fulfilling life.
Couldn't agree more. Well, I think that's a great place to wrap up our deep dive today.
Sounds good.
We've covered a lot of ground, but the big question we want to leave you with is this.
What's that?
Could cultivating a sense of gratitude actually help you live a longer, healthier, and happier life?
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's something to think about, isn't it?
Definitely something to ponder.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of gratitude.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We hope you learned something new and maybe even feel inspired to explore gratitude practice a little more in your own life.
Absolutely, give it a try and see what happens.
I'll see you next time.
See ya!